This is Hollywood superstar Hugh Jackman. Welcome to Series 4 of the Dad Tales podcast. These two are the real greatest showmen. Sit back and enjoy.
I'm going to definitely cut this bit out.
So the question is...
We don't ever find the answer out. But that's like being in between like your mum and your dad.
Hang on for a second. We've had that one. What are you talking about? So what was the age?
I like how we're prepping and what we're doing while we're playing Pressure Record. I like it. So we're in the podcast.
So we're in the podcast. We're thinking about how we're going to do this.
Yeah, we're doing an episode that's going to be aired on the...
Are we actually on? Because I'm just looking at my camera like I'm writing it in.
21st of...
Yeah, we're recording. This is the planning for the podcast that we're going to do right now, but we're actually already doing.
So, I tell you what,
So
for March,
for
March, it's really warm, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
No, we don't need to pretend because this is the planning.
We never pretend.
This is the planning stage. So we're still in January.
It's fucking Baltic.
It's fucking horrible.
Windy as shit.
Who's that?
Olaf, the windy guy.
Yeah.
What a weird name. It's so mentioned on radio today. I thought, no people are going to be able to pronounce that properly.
Yeah.
What?
Owen.
Owen, isn't it?
The wind.
It's not Owen.
Aeon.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's a weird pronunciation.
Fucking hell, getting sponsored by electric companies, is it, for wind farms? Okay, there we go.
We've said all along we'll take anything.
Yeah. And sponsors. I'm not some sponsors.
I don't think I said a sponsor.
Dad Tales, brought to you in partnership with Storm Eon.
I quite like Storm Netflix.
Dear.
Yeah. Or Storm Sky.
Yeah,
Sky.
dear, yeah. I like Storm
Stella.
Storm bundle of £50 notes.
Yeah. Big fat suitcase of
Yeah.
Right, so this is the plan. So we are...
Sorry, there's a plan.
We are in
I didn't sign up for this.
We never do really football ones, do we? We never do.
No.
Is that because there are 6,342 other football podcasts?
Possibly.
And it's because I'm with Tim Lovejoy, and he's a fantastic bus guy, but no one knows anything about football.
No. And
No one
our
knows
opinions,
anything.
our opinions mean absolutely nothing. We've done
Lovejoy.
Euros ones, haven't we? We've done Euros podcast, but that's because it's... So this one's going to come out on the
Are there any Liverpool fans in this room?
20th.
No.
Oh, so
20th
at least
of
there'll be some
March.
sense talked. Nice one.
Hey.
This is going to come out on the 20th of March. I'll continue doing the planning.
We'll keep talking.
Yeah.
So,
Like a couple of broad school kids.
which is just after.
I'm just going to keep going to it tells me
The
off.
Carabao
It's
Cup.
really getting pissed off.
The
with it.
Carabao
What an
Cup
absolute fucking prick I am this Saturday. Just fucking going on.
So we're going to predict
Yeah,
the
yeah.
second semi-final and then the final score. And then we've got our own five-a-side teams that we've been planning. That why can't you just put that on a map?
Do you want people to send their five-a-side teams in?
That's what these are for.
This is solid. This is solid up.
If I were your dad, oh, you'd be feeling airy side.
I would have said,
And then I did you in my
yeah.
hand.
If it was your dad, it'd be your mum's baldness you got it from.
Wanker.
Right, so talk us through the semi-finals.
So at the moment,
Are we deciding this between us or just going
the second leg of the
Well, hang
semi-finals.
on, sorry.
first game?
No, we won't decide between us because my first podcast I had that prick fucking disagreeing with me through everything. So that's
Yeah.
never going to
I
happen,
told
is
you.
it?
Leon's got this automatic reaction.
Yeah.
It's because he's a council worker.
No, man.
Have you seen that poster that says something like "This year, 2,000 men will die from stubbornness"? And someone's
Oh, yeah.
graffitied, "No, we won't."
Right, so talk us through first semi-final.
So first semi-finals already been done. Arsenal lost 2-0 to Newcastle at the Emirates.
First leg.
First leg.
Yeah, and Spurs beat Liverpool at the Tottenham Hotspur.
So
Stadium.
Arsenal Tottenham. Arsenal Newcastle. Arsenal are 2-0 down. Second legs at St James's Park.
Yeah.
What are we thinking?
I think Newcastle are gonna.
I think Newcastle scraped through.
Yeah.
I think there's going to.
Yeah, I think Newcastle making the rest.
I think it might be like a 2-1 Arsenal.
Yeah, I think.
3-2.
Yeah, I concur with something like that. I think
I think
Newcastle battle down the hatches and
they'll make
Unless
hard work.
there's a daft red card roll like that.
They'll make hard work of it. So we're saying Newcastle going for it.
Yeah.
and then we've got
Newcastle going for it.
Liverpool versus Tottenham. Liverpool are 1-0 down, and it's at Anfield.
I can't see anything but a Liverpool win.
No, I can't see anything but
I think Liverpool are going to turn them over 3-0 or something.
Tottenham are one of them teams that Tottenham could turn up to that and win 4-0.
They're still just doing the same thing. Did you watch him last night? Hoffenheim. Just to sit, they were 2-0 up. Just crack on, mate.
Yeah.
They'll end up having to they just won 3-2.
They've got a lot of injuries as well, haven't they, Tottenham, at this moment in time. I think their referee's injured as well.
Even get. So we've got Newcastle versus Liverpool final then. We're going with Newcastle.
Newcastle, Liverpool, I think we concurred with that. So winner?
Liverpool.
I can't see past Liverpool.
Oh,
I genuinely can't see past Liverpool. I think
as
Liverpool are going
much
to
as it
mop a lot up.
pain me to see it. Liverpool are going to win a lot of trophies this year.
Yeah.
do you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb, and I think Newcastle can do it.
Nah.
I think it's because I just don't want to say Liverpool will win. So I'm going to go for a Newcastle win. You two go in Liverpool.
Although Liverpool are due a few injuries.
Like going around and break some legs or something.
No, I'm going to drive from the team bus.
I think they're all telling you to food poisoning.
Yeah, and with that, as much as it pains me as well, I think Liverpool are going to pick up quite a few bits.
Do you know what? It's not because of Liverpool themselves, it's because of Liverpool fans. Like the worst football fans on the planet, but that's for another day.
I think as well, I think the thing is with Liverpool is that they've got players that have learned how to win trophies. Newcastle have got very few people that have got actual winners in their team. And I think when you get to a final and you know how to manage the day, that makes a massive difference.
Big pressure on the Newcastle to win that trophy and Eddie Howe and all that as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's a shame he's not. Do you know what? And I know we're going to it. Top flight football is the hits of. It's just the worst it's ever been in it. I mean, you've got to watch it live. There's just, do you know, like we've come out like the Ronaldo Messi here. Like, that's not going to happen now for a long time because you're not allowed to be. Everyone's got their own little systems and roles, and it's like a computer. It's like they can't. Everything's just so.
Yeah, we've said this before.
Boring.
Players are very wary of this as well, and opt to stats and stuff.
Oh.
I'll just play this pass because if I
it's a complete pass.
Then the stats go down.
Do you know, like people, and then you get people going, like Giggs was overrated. No, he wasn't. He just fucking went for it and ran at players and.
You know, like the running as well. Does the running count for the full 90 minutes?
Yeah.
So if somebody scores a goal, for instance, and you're right back, and you leg it.
Yeah, you up to start thinking about to work out.
That game stops.
So there's a stat, and without Googling it, and I will go on it after this and Google it, but something like in a football game, a player will only contribute something like when they have the ball for 4% of the game, something like that. The other 96%, they're working to get into
the movement and stuff like that.
But the average.
But that's why now, because of stats and percentages.
Oh yeah.
That's why it's like, well, if you actually do this on a percentage-wise, you're more guaranteed to get this. Then it's just like, it's more, you know, that American thing, like Pep Guardiola and the whiteboard. It's like that's not football.
Players are so scared of stats because, like, in our day, 90s, say our day on the long ball. But players that have pop shots from outside, you know, test keepers just spill it, they get a shot. But because of Opta stats, if they have 3 that it misses, that's a massive negative on their Opta stats. So when they come Monday morning, they might have scored a wonder goal, but the Opta stats are showing that they have loads more misses. But you've got to have them shots to do them sort of things.
And that's almost ruined it because you don't now get times where you'll get a player, and you generally see this when you're at matches rather than on TV, but you'll see a player move in a direction which drags another player out, which creates space for somebody else. You get absolutely no credit for that. The assist thing is a load of rubbish.
Yeah.
The assist thing, you could take you could dribble it from right back, right up to the centre half, pass it once, they pass it on, and then they score. You get absolutely nothing.
But it's team game.
No, but that assist.
But that's why. But if you look at, like, you know, the argument, the Lampard scores Gerrard thing, and like, look, the answer scores. People, it just is. And then people go, yeah, but the stats, Gerrard did it, and you're like, we don't fucking matter. We're about a footballer, not a stat.
But assisted stats only came in well after the Premier League started.
Yeah.
So you've got all them players that your Scholes is, your Cantona,
missed out on so much stats.
You know, your Vialli, stuff like that never had assisted numbers because it didn't come in. It's a shit. And you can't get, if you swing a corner and then somebody heads it in, you get an assist for that. You've took a dead ball situation, and pinged it in. I just think.
Yeah, I
agree.
I agree.
A goalkeeper throws it out. A striker will nod it on. Other striker will go score. That goalkeeper gets absolutely nothing.
It's a key pass, isn't it?
That's the key. That's it. It's an absolute key pass. And I always wonder as well, how do they do this with regards to like getting bonuses? Is somebody in office going through all them Opta-stats going, oh well, Frank passed it to Ted who passed it in. Right, I need to make sure I get on Frank's bonus because he's got an assist bonus in his contract.
I like that your football team's like a Guess Who game.
Frank Johnny Bob.
Yeah, Bernard. What a fucking player Bernard was.
Yeah, he slipped it out with the power.
80s Guess Who was so quintessentially English, wasn't it? Who have we got? Eric. Oh, have you? Yeah, I've got Bernard and Paul.
What would their names be now?
Well,
Frida.
No, there'd be about 42 Harrys, a couple of Jacks, Braden, Caden, Jaden, Jaden.
Yeah. And what would the pictures look like? One would definitely have a face tag.
Oh, big lips. All women have that big lips.
Yeah.
Purple hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have that one. You'd have that one. You'd have that one with biggest tits ever, longest hair, eyelashes, and it'd be called like Steve. Yeah, because you got
that was I was wondering how to word that. We put that
Steve.
perfectly.
Good old Steve.
We put that absolutely perfectly. Five-a-side teams.
Yeah.
So we've just very quickly discussed off the pod your formations. If you go into a five-a-side team, I've based my team on people who've got high energy. I've not gone people that have gone, right, I know that they're brilliant, because I've actually thought about who'd be good at five-a-side, who's got a nice little touch.
Yes, that's what I've thought I've gone with, and I've gone with where three of them I can get about a bit.
Yeah.
Ish.
Do you think we're able to come up with one of the teams that's the best one?
Maybe.
The problem is it's because
mine.
I've picked 6, but I need to see which one it's a last minute decision.
Well, I can switch my striker out for 2 players depending on how I feel. Depending on what you guys go with,
this is the thing. It's my striker that's going to go, I think, because I don't think it's 5-a-side. I don't need one.
I don't think you need one in 5-a-side.
Oh, see, I've gone for someone who's absolutely
because a striker. Yeah, but you need you don't need a striker. It's 5-a-side.
Yeah, but he's got energy. Anyway, we'll get to it.
Yeah. Let's go through it then. Do you want to...
I nearly guessed it then.
How are we doing this? Do you want to?
You two better go first because I'm off for a beer.
Well, we're
really professional of you.
With you while you go to that.
So
you hear this in all the podcasts.
I'm going to go. Shall I go my keeper? I've got my keeper. Then by the time he gets back,
go on, your keeper.
Peach Michael.
Peach Michael's my
Peach Michael.
Here's your my keeper.
Don't think Vicky, your keepers.
Peach Michael.
Yeah, Peach Michael. Yeah.
The thing is with Michael is that he started in handball.
Yeah, which is
and just the area of the net he covers is athletic. Are we going Peach Michael as well? We're not going Man City, Aston Villa.
Yeah. Why the fuck were we doing that?
Why would we pick our players and go, I want to really shit?
I'll tell you what, right? I want Peach Michael, but now. We're going 7. I'm going Schmeichel, big Schmeichel. I mean, let's be right. He's bigger than net.
Yeah.
If someone's going through, and you know when you're 5-a-side, when you can only go up to the edge of the D, and they can't go past it. He's at that D, making himself big.
Absolutely.
Big Schmeichel.
I want Peter Schmeichel and fights with Roy Keane. Peter Schmeichel. That's what I want. And I want that Peter Schmeichel.
I've also gone players that I've only in my era.
I have apart from one.
Mine are I don't have anyone right now. They're my love of football here.
By the way, because we've all gone for it, I'm going to tick Michael.
I picked like George best.
No.
I have.
So because we've got different.
I just said one in.
We've got different formations. Do you want to go with yours first?
I'm 1-2-1. Well, no, I'm not. I'm 1-3.
Tell us your team, and then we'll say whether
my defender.
Yeah.
Because of just how much. I mean, there were so many defenders. So being a kid, I was getting into I was born in 82. So by the time I was 10, obviously 92, the Premier League had just started, and I was kind of getting more into it then. So I grew up with like a Man U fan, so I grew up with like your Bruce, your Pallisters, like that kind of thing. But I could never, ever stop looking abroad and being absolutely fascinated with Paolo Maldini.
Oh, nice shout, Maldini.
Yeah, magnificent hair as well.
What a guy.
As much as I've made a mistake,
There's something about a one-club man as well that I really like.
Yeah, I like Maldini.
But Maldini was just...
Yeah.
I don't know, like Man U, like as I say, Man U went through obviously like you Bruce, your Pallisters, then you have obviously like your Stams and your Rios and your Vidics, and some of the best defenders the Premier League's ever seen. And then around it there was like John Terry and all that, but Maldini just because he was kind of left backy as well, and so he could get about, but he was a defender. He just had something about him.
That was the one thing I did consider Maldini. It just in my mind, I'm thinking left, and I need somebody to be across the whole back foot. And I know that's not
but it's five-side. That's why I thought, because he's just going to be there.
He'll be there,
and he'll go forward, and he'll be pinging passes, and he'll be tackling, and he'll be hard, and he'll be. I'll be honest.
He'll be hard.
Not gay. What a fuck, Maldini.
Yeah.
Wow.
There was some just growing up. So actually, jokes aside, all that. So I used to play on the Amiga Champ Manager Italia with my dad. And he was just the best on that. So then that made me want to watch. Do you remember Golaccio on Channel 4? He was always on that because like when Milan were on and all that. But in that Milan kit, that red and black.
I always had a thing as well about footballers with long hair.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked footballers with long hair.
If they were good.
Yeah.
If you had long hair, you were either amazing or shit.
Baggio.
Amazing. With his little rat tail.
Yeah. Chris Waddle.
Mullet Waddle.
Amazing hair.
But then you go to the other side and be like Andy
Podolski. Podolski was too long.
Podolski.
Sorry, we're talking about hair. What's rest of the team? What? Midfield.
Scholes.
Yeah. Good call.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's just no argument. Like, it was just the best. And like all the other players are going, is the best. Yeah. I think we'll have a lot of the same here. Yeah.
Zidane.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Once again, you listen to them all saying, it was like Scholes said he's the best player I've ever played against, ever.
Yeah.
Zidane says Scholes is the best player ever.
I love the fact that Zidane's last ever contribution to football as a player as well was headbutt.
Yeah.
It was a fairly decent headbutt.
Oh, it was good. I mean, he made a meal. Someone headbutts you in your chest, you fold. You don't go down. You fold, don't you?
He did dramatically die back.
But imagine if he'd have done that to somebody else. They'd have rolled 57 times and straight down the street.
So and then
that's his last contribution for a player of his class.
Was that his last ever game?
Yeah, it was World Cup.
It
was the World Cup final. I think he'd already retired from Real Madrid at that point. Well, he must have, because I think it was always going to be his last game. It was just like.
See, that's a weird thing as well, and this is an era thing. Zidane for me will always be a Juventus player because of that.
No, he's always Real Madrid.
Yeah, but because of what I don't know, he's a Galacticos and all that, and like when Rude went and they had all them like Gucci and all that lot, and like but because of that Italian thing, the Maldini thing I'm on about is that's when it was Zidane, Del Piero, Peruzzi. Like those kind of guys. And like, so for me, that's like Didier Deschamps and all that in that Juventus side. So like, to
be fair, Zidane walked away from that Real Madrid team. Wasn't that when the Real Madrid team went a bit weird and like they bought like Van Nistelrooy?
Well, they had the Galacticos, didn't they? Yeah, but like, because they had like, see, I always think this, right? McManaman, he never gets spoken about. But if you're getting poached by Real Madrid, you are class.
Yeah.
And McManaman went and did well.
Yeah, and he went at a time when there was building a Galacticos.
And like, he never gets mentioned. What a player he must have been to have to go. And
but they also remember the Poach Woodgate, didn't they?
Well, yeah, but
Woodgate got sent off in his first
for debut,
Well, they built, and they
did score an own goal in the second game.
Right,
well, actually, off the back of that, I've not put him in because I don't think you need a striker. But you two might have mentioned it, but I don't know. But I fucking hate saying it, so I don't want to say the abbreviation. But the Brazilian Ronaldo.
And
Ryan
Has anyone? Have you picked? Have any of you picked it?
no.
What a player!
So I'll be honest. I've made a bit of an error in the fact that I've stuck with like Premier League players.
So what?
So I've
So
not gone abroad.
Well,
I've got foreigners.
my last. I'll pick my last one. So the last one is the one I wish I'd have seen, and that's what you said is George Best, because I mean, just before us, but you think of like
just before us.
Well, just but like but I mean, like,
Fair,
all right, so he's retired, but yeah. Like you think of I think of him and I think of the quality of the ball he played with, the quality of the pitches he played on, the fact that I always go back to like your Scholes, and I'll go back to like Ronaldo, Ronaldo, Man United Ronaldo if you can, and people will compare him to a player now, and I'm like, yeah, but Ronaldo was in Premier League when Ben Thatcher was smashing someone with an elbow and getting a booking, so like Best was at a point where he was like you could fucking molest someone, and, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it was still. That must have been next level. And there's all those foreign players, that of that era. And that fucking hell, was it Romanian?
There was like Eusebio, and there was
all them and all. Yeah, that's it. But I know it's a Man U fan bias, and I know it is. But like to have had that, and
you cannot compare them players in that era against this.
Once the eras go, you can't. Like now. If you see Ronaldo now, when Ronaldo first started, he was getting kicked like every week. And like now,
Messi used to ride also.
Yeah, he's like Messi the same. Yeah.
Ronaldo's still riding.
But I think the best thing's just because of if we're getting them all in the peak, and that's where you are.
Yeah.
Just having this guy who's just fucking running everywhere and just doing everything.
Think as well, when you look at it, probably 75% of the time he played, he'd been up all night shagging or drinking.
Is it a quote where someone asked him, or he said something like, if I could pick dribbling past 5 players and scoring at Anfield or shagging Miss World? And he went, well, I don't have to pick it because I've done both.
One was Saturday, one was Sunday.
Good man.
Yeah.
You want to do yours?
You can go next.
So we've all gone Schmeichel in goal. The defender, I've gone for the Rolls Royce Rio Ferdinand. I think as a centre half, honestly, between him and Maldini, you look at them two, and I think in my mind, I'm just thinking Maldini's left.
Yeah, I know.
And I also think as well, I've probably seen a bit more of Ferdinand. I can see him getting up and around the pitch, and as much as a defender, I think in a 5-a-side he could play anywhere. I've got exactly the same with you.
Can I just go back to your Ferdinand?
Yeah.
What's your opinion on the drugs test?
I suppose in one respect, I'm always a believer there's no smoke without fire. I think.
Me too. Yeah, I'm with you there.
I think what he offered with the drug stuff and the hair follicles and stuff like that probably proved he was innocent. But I think it's rules are rules.
When you're at such a the thing was when you're at a club like Man U and you've got such a highly drilled boss like Alex Ferguson,
you don't
you forgot.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't particularly think he was taking performance enhancing. I think he was taking something recreational, which would have caught.
That's exactly what I believe.
Then
it's like, and what goes out your system quicker and all that kind of stuff.
I genuinely think he was taking something recreational that he knew would flag up. Therefore, it's easy to forget that and try and get away with that. Whereas your performance enhancing, you're talking 6 months, you can't get away from it. But the fact that he was offering to give things, I think by that time, the recreational.
His story was that he was at the place 20 minutes late or something like that by the time he got the phone. But there wasn't a massive amount of time difference.
No, there wasn't.
They refused to do it. Stuff like that. I think he was probably made a scapegoat. I think he was probably treated fairly different. When you think he got a similar ban as Cantona, Cantona jumped into the crowd and kicked somebody in the chest.
Yeah.
I think he was made a bit of a scapegoat. Was it a racist thing? I don't know. Let's not.
I mean, as much as I don't want to hype up old news and stuff, it's never really talked about, is it?
It's not.
Well, no, because he never failed anything.
No, it's for me. It's the similar sort of thing with boxing. Though these guys are getting in trouble for doing drugs or finding drugs in them. Canelo, he was in the beef that I was eating. They get a 6-month ban. They only fight every 6 months. Or they'll then go, "Oh, I'm banned there. I'll just go box there instead." Yeah. The rules are very money in it. Money talks.
I just wonder what you thought.
Money talks.
You know, in this serious hard-hitting podcast,
we are very serious. So I've got the same as you. I've got Scholes and Zidane.
Have you?
Yeah.
There you go. Hey.
And again, I'm thinking about.
I mean, to be
people
fair,
getting
you went Steve with the transvestite as well, so well done.
very much on the same way. Do you know what? My striker, I was so close to Berbatov, but I'm conscious.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm conscious that I've got a quite Manu heavy, Manu sort of preferences.
Can we guess who you've gone for?
Yeah. So just on the Berbatov thing, what an absolutely class player. He's got an amazing touch. He was very gentle with me, I tell you. And I will always say that about me and Dean Guitar. But I think in five-a-side, he doesn't need to run up and down.
Well, that was his fault, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was a thing that he always got.
But he had a touch like a.
It's not a head-eye game at five-a-side, is it? We can ping balls up in air so we can bring them down just to see him bringing them down.
We can, yeah. And that I've gone for flair. If you want to try and guess mine.
Is it a striker?
Yeah, orthodox. He was in that attacking mode. I wouldn't. He's not a Haaland. He's not that player.
You've got 90s.
90s, noughties, yeah. Prime. And I mean, I'm talking Ballon d'Or.
Got Owen.
I don't know if he won Ballon d'Or.
Owen won Ballon d'Or, didn't it?
Yeah, it's not Michael Owen. I've gone for sheer flair.
Beckham?
No, if you're thinking keepy uppies, roll it round the shoulders. No, Maradona would have. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of him, and that's why I've not picked them type of players.
Joe Cole.
No, it's not English.
What nationality?
Thierry Henry.
If I tell you his nationality, you're getting straight away. Brazilian.
Aye.
It's not Arnhem.
What the fuck have you gone for?
90s. It's the better looking.
Oh, Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho.
Yeah.
So, did you say Ronaldinho's good looking?
No, yeah, the better looking.
Yeah,
the better looking than Ronaldo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really?
To be fair, Ronaldinho didn't even enter man.
Hang on. I'd rather fuck Ronaldo at 9 than Ronaldinho, but there we go. I love it right now. I don't really make a good case for myself. I could have just got his better looking. No, I want to fuck him. Yeah. I've had 3 beers. Fuck it. Yeah, let's have a shag. I'll have all I can have. I'll take anything.
I've gone Ronaldinho. Again, I'm thinking five-a-side. As much as he was brilliant on the 11-a-side, on a five-a-side, I could just imagine.
Yeah, great player.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm a bit semi.
Yeah, great player. Hey. Great player. It was.
So English 5.
So I've gone with same Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah.
So you can't go wrong with Rio. I think he's unbelievable. I think he's probably one of the best Premier Leagues. I've gone with 2-1-1 random formation.
So you got 2-1. So you picked 2 defenders.
I have.
So you basically you've seen what we've come with, and you want to try to defend against that.
No, I genuinely had 2-1-1 for him starting.
I think I know your other defender is John Terry.
It is. So I'd have JT and make him stay back and mop things up, and have Rio just sat in front.
Do you know what he'd mop up? Your missus.
Yeah, probably.
I
think he's quality. I think
great player.
Absolute quality. Leader.
Great.
Brilliant. Do you know what I mean? I think he's unbelievable. He put his face where most people won't put the boot half at times. Do you know what I mean? I think he, on a football pitch, and that's what we're basing it on, I know there's many players that can come close to his ability and understanding and reading the game. He wasn't fast, but he was always where he needed to be because he would read a game better than most.
He definitely full kit as well, wasn't
he? Yeah.
Oh, he's absolute FKW. The argument, and I ever is Prime Terry is Prime Mourinho, and Prime Mourinho is defensive. And the argument could be that, well, he just suited something where a game was. He was more active in a game. You saw him more because they played that way more.
And there was a bit defensive, but they had likes of Crespo, they had Drogba, they had Joe Cole.
They were defensive. Like you look at them as well.
He played in a very, very good, underrated.
But you're not going to pick a player if they didn't play in a good team.
No, and that was a very good Chelsea team.
Yeah. You know, like you look at like when you get players like say Joe Cole. I know he went to Chelsea, but like you look at Joe Cole at West Ham and you're like, fucking hell. Yeah, and then he went to Chelsea and he was kind of like was on about like he kept him in a bit of a box, didn't he?
Yeah. Did what he needed to do.
If you have a class player who's class in a big team.
Yeah. He played in a very good England team as well.
Yeah.
He did.
at that time. A very
And him and Rio together.
There's like the golden generation
it
team
was
that
the
I
golden
said.
generation.
Have you heard Paul Scholes talking about that?
No.
He was like, and I can't remember who was in the team. He said, but they lined up against Brazil, and he said, we're there, and everyone's touted us as the golden generation. He says, I looked up at the Brazil team, it's like Ronaldo and Kaká and all these players. I'm like, this kid, you're fucking joking, aren't you?
Never like
yeah. Okay, yeah. So, but I agree. But yeah, Terry's. I agree, but it was almost like he was catered for as Terry. It was
very close in front of
because
you.
he had. I mean, if you think, who else did he have? He had Carvalho, didn't he?
Yeah.
Who else did he have?
What's
he
the
had, like Essien in front of him.
Petr Cech at net was unreal. Great team.
Ashley Cole.
Yeah, Ashley was
That's
there, wasn't he? Yeah.
Goal, yeah.
Who's your midfield?
Scholesy.
Scholes.
Pound for pound, I think he's best player England's ever produced for me.
You'd definitely put.
I think as we get older and a bit more rational, and you realise and you understand what it is, you understand that is just.
Oh yeah, unbelievable.
Just, yeah.
And then
Go on.
You got a striker.
So
English.
no. So I had two strikers, and the original one I've got rid of, which I originally wrote down was Bergkamp.
Is he Dutch?
Yeah, I did a Bergkamp to start with, and I got rid of him because I thought I've got no movement really there. I'm quite defensive. I've actually now changed to Henry. Again, I think Henry was unbelievable.
Oh, what?
Because like this is my generation, like Henry. Do you know what I mean? I remember Bergkamp coming through. That was unbelievable. And I thought Henry just went to the next level. Do you know what I mean? He could do everything and anything. Do you know what I mean? He could finish.
Henry was in that Monaco in '98 side.
Yeah, and that's I remember in that that's the Bergkamp time, and then when he came with that purple kit, not purple.
So when Monaco had
like that.
Did Henry go to Juventus before Arsenal?
He came
after.
No, he came from Monaco, didn't he?
Came from. Did he go to Juventus? He played for Juventus. He left Arsenal and went to.
Did he go
all the way around? Did he go Juventus then?
It was at Monaco with Trezeguet and like Willy Sagnol and all that, and Barthez and all that. That was that French side, wasn't it? In like 98, 99.
Yeah, because he came as like a left winger, didn't he?
Yeah, he was forward left, wasn't he? Forward, yeah.
And he sort of almost transformed, and then went a little bit back, didn't he? When he went back to Barcelona.
It might not have been Juventus at all. I might be complete. Yeah, he did. He went from Monaco to Juventus and then to Arsenal. Fucking hell! So he played 105 times for Monaco and scored 20 goals. He played only 16 times at Juventus and scored 3 goals. And then at Arsenal, he played 254 and scored 174.
When you think of the Premiership at that time as well, and
he went in '99.
Arsenal have bought in on not a brilliant.
So he wasn't even at Juventus for a year. In 1999, he'd gone from Monaco to Juventus and to Arsenal.
Yeah. Nice. They bought him on the back of United with the treble.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine him at United.
Oof. I think we'll go back to systems. He probably wouldn't fit in that United system.
No.
We played two up front.
Yeah,
that Wenger system where, like, when Wenger got him in, it was like he was all about the diet and everything like that, wasn't it? And
very, very physical players he bought.
It is nostalgia. And I'm trying not to, but it is. I mean, I know.
Whoa, good catch was it.
Wait, I just dropped a bottle of beer there for you listeners. You know,
that was impressive. That was impressive. Get him in there. I was pretty reactive.
Fuck you, Schmeichel. Fuck you.
Did you have any players that nearly didn't make it in, but because like Waslo, he was tottering around my team. Whether you were going to go in
again, another really
probably. Well, yeah, Roy Keane for me.
Yeah, Roy Keane was
like just smashing people all over on 5-a-side court. I love that.
I was trying to a gun and I could have very easily picked him.
See, it's like different now because of where we're from and we've grown up. We've had like the 5-a-side court, like our leisure centre and stuff, which was like that rubber thing with the wooden sides and all that. So like when I was thinking of Keane and that, I was just thinking of like someone named Wood and Keane just smash right, and you know, like yeah.
Between brick and gate.
And but then like you speak to someone who's like maybe like 5 years older than us, and they'll be like going like your Rushes and your Dalglishs and like your Alan Hansons and but I just don't know it. I just don't know what that. Robbie Fowler's but like
class one. I remember Fowler's great, but I never really.
I'm on about like you know like pre-Premiership, like your Brian Robsons and your like when there was in their absolute peak. Yeah, you just said it earlier. Yeah,
People talk about Ledley King like he's a lord.
Yeah.
You know, never trained but played. I didn't see it myself. I don't know if it was in a.
but that's what I'm saying about like if you're not in a winning team and.
Yeah.
But that's like me normally. Like I'm shit, but I'm with this winning team in this podcast, and I've just suddenly looked really good. That's how it is.
What a place to end!
I know, eh?
What a place to end. Right, I'll see you all next Thursday. Keep smiling.
Stay safe.
And celebrate them? Your small wins.
Small victories.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Always.
Always.
Thank you for listening right to the end of this week's podcast, and we hope that you've enjoyed it. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at dad_tales_ or get involved by emailing us at dadtales@outlook.com. You can also now join our Facebook page by searching Dad Tales.
Keep the feedback coming. We are genuinely humbled by all the input and the comments you are providing us. Stay safe, celebrate small victories, and keep smiling.